Alright, you guys, so this is one of the things I was doing in California. I had to stop by my mom's house and fix one of her skylights. The people that built her house, they installed the skylight wrong on top of the roofing. They had no paper on the whole roof, which is a whole another can of worms that opened up with me doing this. But that's something we're gonna have to figure out. So I kind of did a temporary band-aid installing this the best I could without, doing other bitch of thing roofing flashing to go underneath the other flashing and how you're supposed to do it. So anyways, kind of show you what's going on with the old one there. So here's the new one. I cut the roof back to fit perfect. And so now it goes over the top of the flange, over the sides, and the bottom flange goes over the bottom of the roofing. That way water can leak correctly, water runs downhill. That's all you need to know. Pretty simple. I don't know why they did it wrong. But anyways, those are the first stages. Then we put that layer. I sanded it a couple times. Put another layer. I don't have pictures. I did like 3 or 4 coats. Here's a little sneak preview of the battery I built. Coming up, new video soon. So I left from Riverside, took the 62 or 10 to the 62, and I'm crossing here at Parker. It's beautiful when it's green. Some of these pictures were from last trip too. All these green ones were from last trip. It's starting to brown up everywhere already. Just letting you know. It's very rare it's that green through the canyon there. I'm only about 45 minutes from Lake Havasu. That's one of the reasons I bought the property. Very close to, all the city amenities. Everything you can find right there. Nice beautiful lake. This is another reason I bought the property. I'm about 6 or 7 miles from the water fill. You can get 250 gallons for only $1. Now currently I don't have a water trailer yet or IBC totes. I did just get some water containers on this trip, so I'll show you that later in this video. So this is when I first got to my property 2 months ago. This is where my road starts. I don't think I ever showed you guys how it looked before when I first got there. I haven't touched one thing. Not one person's been on it. So that's the tree where my camper's parked right there. So you can see where I had to make my road through those rocks. Anyway, just wanted to share that with you guys. Alright, let's get back to I'm going to show you the drive-in on the road now.
Havasu.
Every step toward mercy made the shadows start to move. Every prayer I dared to pray felt like breaking rules. Demons knock on the way on the street when the trains feel loose and the light starts finding me. They don't keep the door when you're already down. They wait till holes break and they come around. They whisper my past like it's all I'll be. Demons knock on the way you're almost free.
water tanks, 4 of these in here somehow. Tools, ladders and grill, whole bunch of goodies. Anyways, here we are. Let's see if my plant survived. I haven't shown you guys the sunset in a while. So I just got back. That's what I get. So there's my tanks. I'll do a video in the morning and show you all the plants. You got a sunset last night, so here's a sunrise. And so you see this area is the same on the property. That's where I'm going to kind of make my parking spot. Finish my driveway. I hurt my back really bad. I was bedridden for about 2 weeks. Anyways, you saw me drive in on it. So as my back started getting better, I crawled out here on my hands and knees. I couldn't swing a pickaxe, so I got down and just using the back of my hammer was the easiest for my back. So I started making all these little walking trails. We'll go over there in a little bit. Go show you down the creek first. So that's going to cut back and kind of go back to the parking area and then go back down the creek. So here we got a plan now. I'm gonna go through a whole nother video on the inside of my camper. But right now I close this off and I'm gonna eventually delete this. What I decided for right now, I need to leave it for a tool storage until I build my little shed part of this. Otherwise I just got no place to put some. It's gonna look like a junkyard. So my plan is to start clearing this out. We're gonna get it all level here. It's gonna be a shade house. And so right where you see this rock line, we're gonna start digging a big footer. I'm gonna make a foundation just like you would for a legal house. We're gonna sink big 10-inch J-bolts, 8 inches into concrete, which I'm actually gonna make mortar and do stone because it's gonna be cheaper. Do it like the old guys did it. And we're gonna do it right there, same thing. Right where that rock goes down, all the way to pretty much a little bit past that tree. And I think I'm gonna leave where this is an outdoor area, and we'll do another pony wall, like somewhere right here, coming all the way through here. And so that way this area will be enclosed. And this area kind of be open, the one edge. And I think I want to start a garden, because this is like the shade area. As you can see, this was all green grass like 3-4 days ago before I left my trip. Everything's browned up. It's been in the high 80s. It's going to get into the 90s the rest of the week, and I think it's going to hit the high, or maybe like 103, 104 next week. So we're going to test out that new swamp cooler, see how that thing works. But anyways, I think I'm going to move a little bit of a garden here, because that'll give me the best chance to survive something through summer with the shade from the tree. So let's just check out what I'm doing here. We're going to do a pristine nature walk trail. We're trying to kind of curve it back and forth and highlight all the different cool cactuses that we come across. There's actually one in here. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. I transplanted a little baby cactus. So we'll see if it grows in there. I don't know if it's going to. Oh, you gotta see, Hakateas are starting to bloom. At least this one is. I've only been able to water some. I've had no water tanks until now, and I still don't have a way to fill them. But everything I've been watering these plants with has been from me driving all the way to Kingman and getting water every time I get groceries. I've gone without a lot of showers to water these plants, and I'm going to show you when I get over to the garden what I'm talking about. Same as these cactuses. These cactuses all got water before I got showers. I'm going to try not to do that anymore because it got pretty irritating, I'll tell you that. But I really do love plants. See, like some of these baby Palo Verde trees, they kind of needed some water to keep them going here. I got a bunch of baby ones. See, that Acacia is starting to bloom too. A few weeks we should have some really nice flowers on these, maybe even a week. But anyways, that's what I'm doing. I'm gonna continue a walking trail down this way, and then I'm gonna make like a Y there. So it's gonna go around, because I think the cool area, let me just walk back that way and I'll show you what I'm talking about. I think we walked right through here, and we're gonna veer around this Acacia, which I think might be dead, but it's starting to bloom a little something, I think. Trying. Well, we got a little cactus that's fruiting here. There's another cactus growing inside of that. So they're sharing a space, the Acacia and the cactus. Which one's gonna win? That one's fruiting too. So anyways, that's the plan to make the Y. And then we're gonna kind of Y around here, go in between this and this nice Palo Verde. And you got all these other cool Acacias right here. And that's where you got some of the cool cactuses. So it's just gonna kind of parallel the other path, and I'm gonna do a bunch of Y paths going through here. See how well this is doing. That's so cool. So any natural plant like that I want to showcase along the walking paths, and that was kind of the plan. We got another one right there. So of course I gotta, pickaxe through these giant boulders. You want to see a size 13 shoe versus what that is. That's way in the ground too. It's not going to be fun, but it's going to look beautiful. So we got that nice little cool cactus. Well, anyways, I'm going to have to kind of just make my path a little bit at a time. I'll figure out where I want to kind of wind and turn to hit each one. And so eventually the plan is to get right to this point. So the 2 weeks I was hurt in bed and I didn't make no videos, there was a whole bunch of new flowers that came down here and they just died out. So I really wish I got to show you guys that. But what I got, I've been watering a tiny bit down in this section. And I want to show you this blue flowers. It's only in this little section of the dry riverbed where I am. You kind of see all the flowers, and you look past my property, nothing. See all the blue flowers? And I only got like this little corner, you go past, there's really nothing. This is one little spot here. There you go, you guys get a treat. We got a desert ladybug. So I have a lot of butterflies, ladybugs, birds. Anyways, I just thought I'd show you this because I don't know how long it's gonna last. Sometimes these flowers only last a couple weeks. Anyways, that's my dry riverbed. We haven't really done much to the hole here. Got my bad back, so we're eventually gonna get this into a big pit. We're gonna collect water. So I'll tell you what, I'm gonna take you back up and we're gonna check out the garden. I'll show you some of the new earthworks I've dug. You gotta watch for snakes too, because it's been hot. They've been slithering everywhere. Why don't you try and transplant that? So that's probably a goal for later. We're gonna try and take that back up and we'll transplant it somewhere up here by the camper. And then I need to show you my new grapevine. So I like to plant grapevines all along this whole edge once we dig our footer. Same as over there. And have the grapevines naturally grow over the shade house and shade it. I think that would be really cool. When I got this from Walmart, it was like dead, nothing growing on it about a week ago. And it's doing really well. I was hitting a stick. I thought it was a snake. Now, those are some beans. I planted just to see if they'd grow. Here's the first soil I made from the first soil I made on the property from my own business. The dirt, dried leaves, sticks. It's the first proper soil. You can tell the difference. It held water for 3 days while I was gone like nothing. Super happy about that. So I'm gonna try and make the rest of the soil just like that for anything we plant. And so I haven't really done much but just kind of get the big rocks off on the walk past here. So we're gonna have to pickaxe all these, get them all smooth. And you get to see the green life because this is what's been getting watered. So those are all green onions. We got some lettuce, some peppers. I planted sweet peppers, bell peppers, dill, a million different types of bean sprouts. We got tomato. That's a red onion. Those might be sweet peppers or bell peppers or something. That's one of the succulents I brought out there. We'll see if it survives. And that's some dark green lettuce coming up. That's my parsley. That's doing really well. That's a garden bean. That I believe is Simpson lettuce. That's some more of that dark green lettuce. There's some more of it right there. More lettuce. Those are green chives. And then we got some more lettuce, and it looks like maybe a green onion starting there, or it could be a green chive. More lettuce. Lettuce. There should be another red onion coming up right here somewhere eventually. Green onion. So I'm not sure if those are green onions or chives. I think they're green onions. They just start out, when they start out small, they look like chives. Again, I threw thousands of peppers in there. So it's just a matter of time for sweet peppers and bell peppers and all of them come up. Jalapenos. The same thing, we got some green onion chives or regular green onions. I'm not sure which ones. That's definitely a bean sprout. I'm not sure what that is, but I think it's some type of bean sprout. I planted pinto beans, garbanzo beans, regular garden beans, the small red beans, kidney beans. So I'm not sure which ones are which. That's one of the kinds of beans. Onion chives or regular green onions. There's another bean sprout. A chive, another bean sprout. Another bean sprout. Some more green onion chives. There's another bean sprout. Looks like that's the small red one, possibly. See the bean on it. Oop. Another ladybug. So you know you've done something good with the land when you're in the middle of the desert and you got ladybugs everywhere. I've been seeing dung beetles everywhere. I know that's a good thing. I had lettuce coming up right here, but it was just starting in that 3-day trip without water. It just killed it. There was a bunch of peppers coming up everywhere too, and that killed those also. But that's part of it. I was worried. Anyway, there's a bean sprout and some more green onions or the chives. Lettuce or peppers. That's a red onion to the left. And this right here, I think is a weed, to be honest. I thought it was like a blackberry at my mom's house, and I took a piece and transplanted it, and it almost died, and now it's coming back. And now she says she doesn't know what it is. She thinks it's the weed. I swear it was producing like blackberries or something. So we'll let it keep going for now. We'll see what happens. Another garden bean coming up. Lettuce or pepper. A couple different garden beans. We got some lettuce and maybe some peppers. A couple different garden beans. Another garden bean. One right there too. And we got a couple over there trying to come up. And so I'm limiting my water to this right here now. I do not even have enough water resource for that. I need to start taking regular showers. And so I didn't have a burn barrel yet, so what I did was I went my last pit and I've been burning my trash, and I accidentally I usually always separate my cans and all the stuff that doesn't burn and don't burn it. And I was dumb and back pain, and so I gotta clean that up right now. But about 2 months of trash, that's all that's left. Pretty good, huh? And so we got more. We got that pit dug, and kind of this just at it. So I'm gonna take you over this way, I think, and we're gonna have to be careful for snakes here. So we got this one dug. We got another one little dug right there. I'm probably gonna walk to the front and I'll walk you back that way. But everything here is just a catch if it misses those berms that I've already done. I'd like it to catch this. So we made a little channel coming back. And right here I want to do another little pond connecting to that little pond. And we're just going to stop any water from leaving the property here. Got our snake hole there. Oh, there was a cool cactus. Maybe it's over here. I found so many new barrel cactuses that are underneath bushes. So it's kind of like a little flat spot here. And so this is the area where I really haven't touched yet. So I think right here, I'm gonna have to check my property lines. Well, I think right here where you're looking, I'm gonna do a giant oval pond right here. It's gonna catch everything running down this little creek. And everything comes down this mountain. You'll see I already dug another little one over here. Trying to stop anything from leaving the property. It's just hard for me to dig. I can't do more than, half an hour at a time. I fractured my back 5 times, just so you guys understand what I'm working with. My left arm's unusable. I snapped the main ligament in my arm. I got no rotator cuff. My arm just dangles. My spine moves from an accident. That's why I was in bed for 2 weeks. My sacrum bone was hitting so hard with my spine moving, I couldn't function my legs. I really can't control my bladder and things like that when it happens. I'm not really complaining to you guys, I'm just letting you know what I'm working with. I'm a glass half full guy. I'm super happy that I'm able to even do anything on this. I thought I'd never be able to do any of this work again. So, anyways, just letting you guys know why it's going so slow. Although it's really not. I mean, it's only been 2 months. We got all that driveway done. We got walk path started. We got an area for a foundation we're doing. So here's some more little divots I dug. They look crazy. Everything was so green the other day. And just last 2 days browning up. So here's my other spot. This is where we had this a little pond. You saw me filling up water before. And we got a little fruiting cactus here. And what's hidden right under there? A little barrel cactus. Can you see that? There's a hidden barrel cactus under so many bushes. And so I've been watering this. That's lettuce. That's lettuce. So we'll try and keep that coming up. And this is a compost pile. And so I mixed cigarette butts in with my compost, and then I weed them out after my first stage. And what that does, it produces a bunch of nitrogen into the soil. And so we actually got some bean sprouts and things. I'm not going to eat those, but I'm just going to turn them back into the soil, organic material. And that's going to help turn this pile into what I want for next year. I kind of do like a 4 or 5 stage process. So once I do that, it's already good to put it in the earth once I do this. But then I want to mix with organic material, then I do another stage where I pull it out, and then I mix with dead leaves and grass and all that stuff. Anyway, I'll explain that in some other video. And so we just continued some of the waterworks at the front. I know I did at least one that got a lot deeper. And snake holes. So we got that one, diverting the water back over there. We got this one I haven't kind of fixed yet. And this is another new one right here. So let me come out to the road here, see it better. So that's where the water kind of comes from right here. Meanders on down that channel. And so we're gonna hit there. We're just trying to slow it down, is all we're doing here. Slow it down, wind around. Put that water in the dirt, let it stay there. So obviously I got a bunch more to do, and now I got a good pickaxe. I'm gonna get these deep, because I broke my pickaxe like the first week here. And I've just been doing stuff with a shovel and a bar and whatever I had just to make it work. I got me a brand new 5-pound pickaxe. That pulls boulders like butter. I just tried it yesterday. So we're gonna wait a couple days for my back, and then we're gonna go to town. I'm gonna show you how fast this thing pulls boulders out. Anyways, I really appreciate you guys watching. It's a beautiful day here in Arizona. Hope you guys have a great day. See you on the next one.